Hey guys, it's Nick from Nick's Hobby Corner, and today I'm going to rip out the stock interior on this Mustang and start my first Biscuit tuck interior. So first thing you do is rip these barely glued in seats out. Take the dash out. After that, it's time to send small pieces of plastic flying all over. Now that we're done with that, it's time to get the colored foam out and start heating it up. If you'd like to learn more about this step or Jevries Biscuit tuck stamp, go ahead and check out my video about that first. At this point, I decided to get started with the seats. Hector Flores from Scale Lowrider Interiors showed me his technique on making these wraparound style seats a long time ago, so a big shout out to him. I will leave the link to his site in the description below. He's very good at what he does. And speaking of talented, Tingo's himself messaged me on Instagram after I posted that I was making this video and sent me a bunch of photos as well as videos of him working. So, gotta love when people in the modeling world just want to help everybody out and watch everybody else succeed. After finishing the foam portion of the chair, I got some gold nylon string out to border the chair and also help some of the ugly transitions between the foam. After spending way too long making the seat due to a lot of trial and error, I realized that it's actually way too big for this interior, so it's back to square one we go. This time I decided that I'm going to build the bases of the interior first and save the seats for last to really make sure everything fits and ties together. I start out by using cardstock to measure out and make templates of the floors. Figured if I use cardstock as a template instead of just using foam, I can avoid wasting a bunch of it. Once the templates seem to work, it's time to cut the foam and test fit everything to make sure it works. During my destruction process, I forgot to rip apart the dash. Breaking things can be pretty fun. I decided that since we're making a show car interior, I just cover up the pedals and not worry about those kind of details on this since it's my first build. In the future, I definitely consider using something like photo etch pedals. Now that we passed the test fitting phase, it's time to bust out the CA glue and get this foam in here. After a lot of time wasted with the seat process, it's a bit more motivating to see that things are starting to come together. At this point I start playing with some door panel options and ultimately decide that I'm just going to go ahead and make this a two-seater with a clean wraparound behind the seats. After some adjustments on the template, it's time to cut up the foam. car having an awkward built-in back seat, I think it was best for me to go with this wraparound route, so I'm glad I did that. Wanted to get a sneak peek with it in the car. It looks like a good start. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to close the tops where the door panel meets the car. Maybe I'll figure something out with the cover part that's going to cover up the back seats and come around the curved area. Seems like a good next step is to get the center console area covered. After a few quick adjustments, it's ready to be glued down. I decided I was going to keep the center console simple for the base, but I may do something a little more complex trailing down from the dashboard once we get to that point. After this, I found a scrap of lighter green foam from when I was experimenting with the curved seats and decided this would be a good accent on the back of the curved area. Once that was all cut and trimmed, I got the gold nylon string back out to surround and close in the accent. One thing I learned while using the string making the seats was that you don't want to puddle the CA glue because the string will absorb it and it will turn dark in the absorbed spots. So instead, I'm using a small piece of foam to paint it out and kind of get the glue spread out. Test fit into place, and I think it looks good here. Once it's glued in place, I think it's finally starting to give the interior some unique character. And that's it for part one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along for part two. And feel free to hit the thumbs up and leave a comment if you enjoyed the process so far. And I'll see you guys on the next one.